Hey guys, so in this video I want to try to reveal some things about why INFJs are mysterious. What provoked this video, I've been told I'm mysterious my whole life. Even to this day, some of my closer friends have even said this to me. But what provoked it was a comment that I just read about me being mysterious and kind of this person was trying to figure out who I was through my videos. I think this is something that INFJs deal with quite a bit. Other types also deal with this too, but INFJs in a particular way, because I think in general the most mysterious types, or at least from what I've seen, are INTJs and INFJs. And I believe that an I plays a huge role in that. We both lead with an I, introverted intuition. And that's a very narrow focus, tunnel vision type cognitive function. So we definitely can appear like we're in another world. We're not completely there in the physical world. We're off thinking about something else. And often I'm told that I look like I'm thinking about something, and I think a lot of people get that, but I get told quite a bit, especially like in work environments. I work at Starbucks, so I kind of have to put on a smile for people and be a little bit more outgoing, not even outgoing, but more extroverted than what I typically am. But even at that, I also have been told that I need to smile more. But I don't mean to not smile. And I think other INFJs, or just types in general, or introverts in general, aren't trying to intentionally not smile. It's just like kind of our natural face. But going back to the mysterious part, throughout my life I've been called mysterious. I would definitely say before I entered college, growing up, those people that I grew up with would probably say that I was one of the most mysterious people at my school. I don't know if that's true or not, but from what I have gathered from what people have told me, everybody knew me, but they knew nothing about me. And people would actually ask the few people I was friends with things about me just to get more information. Even at that, they were left kind of clueless. I mean, they were still kind of clueless as to who I was. And that's pretty interesting, and I wonder if any other INFJs can relate to this, specifically on that regard, where people were interested but they couldn't fully get an answer. Again, I don't mean to be mysterious, but I think it's just something that happens. I think I'm a pretty open book in many regards. I try to be as open as possible, and I try to be as vulnerable as possible, because I like to be vulnerable. I like people to be able to relate to me. But even at that, I can see why people think that I'm holding things back, or other INFJs are holding things back. And I think it is because we do think very deeply about subjects, and oftentimes we don't give our full opinions about a certain subject. And in conversations, or at least I think it's a conversation at the time, I do a lot of listening if I'm not super comfortable, or if it's just if I'm in a group of people. I typically will listen and think that I'm in the conversation more than I am. Like I'm contributing more than I am, but I'm not. I'm just kind of listening to everybody. Because often, and I think this is true for other introverts, but I tend to want to analyze the space or the people that I'm around before I really open up. And that being said, for the people that I'm closer to, I do open up and I share a lot. But even at that, like I said, I do have close friends that still have told me that they can't read me or that I'm mysterious to them. And I think that's funny because I really don't mean to be with them. I try to be as open as possible. And even my parents, I would say out of my parents, I mean, both of them see different sides of me. But I would almost say that, well, because of that, neither of them really know who I am. They have their own perspective, and I guess this is just people in general. Everybody has their own opinion about someone, and those opinions aren't necessarily who that person is. But I feel like even my sister, who up until a couple of years ago really didn't know who I was, even though to most people, my sister is an ISTJ. So she's very, I think people think of my sister as mysterious as well, but she's actually a lot more open about her life, and especially in the exterior worlds, like the outward, I can't even speak. Sorry guys. Outward world, than I am. She's way better at physically expressing herself than me. And so I think people know a lot more about her than they do me. Yet, I try to be very open and honest with people. And I think another reason, and I think this does apply to INFJs particularly, is I always try to, and I don't even do it intentionally, but I try to cater to whatever that person is interested in as far as conversation goes. When I'm talking to someone, I don't just talk about like something I'm interested in. I talk about something that would either we have in common or would particularly interest them. And very rarely do I really talk about the stuff that I'm interested in. I find with both of my parents, I can't really talk about stuff that I'm super interested in because either they don't see the value in it or they just don't find it interesting. And with most of my friends, I don't think I actually discuss the big things that I like. I've said this in another video, but I'm really into personal development, and I never talk about that with people. I have kind of skimmed the surface with some people, but very rarely do I really get deep dive into what personal development means to me and all of the different theories I've learned. And another thing is, I'm very interested in YouTube, not just videos in general, but just like YouTube as a concept, and just how much of an innovation it is to society. I don't talk about YouTube in that way. Also, I would even say the personality stuff and some of my deeper stories that I have about certain situations in my life. And luckily I have this channel that I'm able to use it as a creative outlet, because I either have a couple people in my life that I can really get into when it comes to personality stuff, or I just don't really have anybody that I can really talk about it with. So it's nice to actually be able to post and share that and have a conversation with people. So that being said, I don't know if this even answered why INFJs are mysterious, but I hope that through doing weekly vlogs or showing friends or just different aspects of my life, and you're able to see how I interact with people and just more details about me specifically, maybe you would be able to understand or realize that I'm not as mysterious as you think. Because I really don't think I'm very mysterious. But then again, I am myself, so it's hard to say that. But I hope you guys are having a good day, and if you like my channel and you want to see more videos like this, please like and subscribe, and I would really appreciate it if you would leave a comment, because I read everybody's comments and I reply back, because I really enjoy getting those notifications and connecting with everyone. So again, have a good day. Bye.